fire video with me, Mr. Gill. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for all of your previous views, likes, comments, suggestions, and subscriptions. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about, I guess, the end of Reign of Chaos. So, to recap, Reign of Chaos is an event that happens 4 times during the game, and it is very fun. I like it a lot. However, I am in Season 4, and we are coming to the end of Season 4, and that means that we're coming to the end of Reign of Chaos. So we have been roughly doing Reign of Chaos now for, what is it? Each season is like 65 days or something. So we've done 4 seasons, so that's, I don't know, it's nearly a year, or half a year it feels like we've been doing this Reign of Chaos, which is a long time to be playing. But we've talked a little bit about preparing and mid-seasons and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of Reign of Chaos Season 4, obviously you have to start getting ready for New Eden. Now, New Eden is the next event that follows on from Reign of Chaos, and it is slightly different, well, quite a lot different, and it is very hard. I'm not going to go into the details of New Eden, simply because the New Eden that I played originally was almost 2.5 years ago on the sister game to this one, Last Shelter Survival. And I know it has changed since then, so I don't want to be saying this is exactly what happens in New Eden and then that's not what happens. So, but when it does happen for me, obviously I'll be making many videos. All I do know is that if you're not strong, if your state is not unified, you are in immense amounts of trouble. Immense amounts of trouble. And I'm going to be quite serious here. If you are not castle level 25 and on the way to tier 9 troops, then you're very delayed for New Eden. You know, you have to kind of be at that level. Other than that, you are going to get really screwed, basically. So in terms of what I'm doing to prepare for New Eden, obviously I'm trying to get to castle level 24. Now there's going to be a separate video on that. Hopefully the upgrade will be launched tomorrow. I'm just waiting on a little bit of iron, and I'll talk about, you know, the things I've done to get that upgraded, and then obviously I'll have to focus on T9 troops. But once again, I will repeat, if you are, say, in Season 1 or 2 or even Season 3, you've really got to get a move on now. Get your zone commemoration complete, start training, upgrading your buildings, and get everything organized. Now, you're going to have a better off time than I did, because you would have had this dragon for longer. This dragon is great in terms of helping things, and obviously you would have had my videos, which would help you with lots of tips. So getting to castle level 25 is my goal, and that should happen probably within the next 4 to 5 days. And then obviously after that, getting to tier 9 troops, which is going to take a little bit of time, but I should be able to push it through. Other kind of preparations we're making is obviously things about what's going to happen in the state. Now you can see our state, and this is, none of this is actually decided or anything like that. I'm not going to talk too much about our own internal politics, but you can see our state here. We're level 3, and we have LHM there and DWS there, and then HDD Ray here. TWS is obviously another farm of that one. Gez, I think, is a farm of Lahamandad, you know. So, but basically this kind of grouping here, everything needs to kind of come into the top 1 or 2 effectively. And as I said, this is not a plan that the state has agreed on yet or anything like that. I don't even know if people have suggested it yet, but eventually I'm going to have to make, and our alliance is going to have to make a hard decision about whether we keep our alliance together or whether we dissolve it and merge into these other ones in order to strengthen the state. And that's a tough decision to make, especially if you've been playing together for nearly a year, probably over a year now, and you enjoy it and you feel like you've built a good community and a good kind of grouping of people behind a common theme. Dissolving your alliance is a hard thing, but it's a question that you're going to have to think about. Yeah, so if you're not in the top 1, 2, even 3, I mean, maybe it could be that some merge with us, I don't know, but if you're not in these top 2, you're going to have to make some hard decisions about your alliance and whether or not it's going to survive New Eden, and that's something that we have to think about right now. Obviously we've got about 2 duels left, I believe, until the end of Reign of Chaos. Where are we now? Ends in 11 days. Yeah, that's going to be 2 duels. Today's a Wednesday, there'll be a Thursday and a Sunday, then there'll be the tally week. Obviously as well, in terms of preparation, as I've said before, I have been saving my orange tickets. Now, I have been saving these initially to spend them on Season 4 heroes. However, the thinking now after discussing it with a few people, is that I should maybe save these for Season X heroes. Season X heroes are available with the start of New Eden, I believe. And that might be a better way to do it. Since I haven't got any S4 heroes now, and it's going to take me a little while, it might be better just to wait the extra time. Now, the time period between Reign of Chaos ending Season 4 and the start of New Eden, I do not know. I'm assuming it's going to be a couple of weeks at the very least. Hopefully a little bit of time to prepare. But again, that's a question I'll be able to answer later on when we're into it. In terms of everything else, obviously at the end of the season, there will be no more need, I hope, there's going to be no more need for stones and stuff like that. All of this stuff will disappear as it does at the end of every season. I do not know if the specialities will matter any bit in Reign of Chaos. I doubt it. So I'm not too worried about any of this stuff anymore. I know I'm not going to get to level 30 by the end of this season, so there's no real need for me to worry about any of my territory and harvesting and processing. I mean, I still do it just in case I could upgrade one more building, but that is definitely not on my top things to do. If I had a specialization, of one available, I would reset my specialization, but I do not have any free specialization reset available. I've considered spending 115 crowns on it, but there's only a few days left. I don't see the point anymore. Maybe if I decided that a few weeks ago, then that would have been a good thing to do. In terms of Reign of Chaos, we are coming up again, as I said, to the last 2 duels, so we have to kind of plan where we're going to land. Now you can obviously see here, rank 14 is 530,000 points, and then it drops dramatically to the next rank is 293. So that is kind of our goal. Above this level, these guys are all quite strong, incredibly strong teams, in the 1.5 to 2 billion power rank, whereas we're about, 670 million at the moment. So our kind of goal is to pop somewhere around here, possibly rank 15 if we can. Now, in order to do that, we're going to have to win the next 2 duels, and these guys would probably have to lose their next 2 duels. So that's going to be a hard pull to get. I'm actually thinking more likely we're going to come in at 16 if we're lucky, but 17 is still okay. Top rank during this season had been at 14, but it was just too hard to stay against these very much stronger teams who were pushing us down quite harsh. Either way, 17 is not a bad thing. Let's have a quick look at the rewards for 17. So I won't be getting the Alliance Leader rewards. We'll swap that to whoever was our most valuable player, because that is the right thing to do. Hopefully I'll get a contribution reward, so that should be 3 Season 4 tickets, 2 Warrior tickets. I can never remember the difference between these until I actually see the recruitment hall for that. 30,000 gems, some gold, and 80 million resources. Not amazing, but not too bad either. I'm quite happy with that. That'll do fine. Obviously, I've got my 10,000 points. 27,000, fantastic. And actually, looking forward now, the next 2 duels, I will try to make an effort, if I'm available, to make sure that our members here, the ones who are close to the 10,000, see if we can help them to get up there as fast as possible, because we don't want anybody to miss out. Currently, how many is it? Only 29,000. Only 29 ranked high enough, so we're going to have to push to see if we can get that up a little bit higher, because some of these people have been quite helpful, just unlucky in getting their points. Yeah, so kind of that's it. I'm kind of a little bit disappointed that Reign of Chaos is ending, to be honest. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy the duels, the kind of back and forth of it. I don't really enjoy the organization of these things, the buildings and stuff like that, but I enjoy the kind of getting, having the fun and making roads and attacking and defending and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm a little bit like, oh well, that was fun. But it has been a while, and I think it's time to try something new. In terms of anything else, I don't really see much else for me to do in terms of preparation. It is now just about the grind, the constant grind to get my castle level up and to do all the research that I possibly can in order to be able to do tier 9 troops. So I mean, really, I shouldn't be sitting here with 4 legions just doing nothing. That's a complete waste. I should definitely be getting them out there doing something else. Other than that, I just wanted to say, so just, this is my kind of thinking for the end of the season and how we're going to move forward into New Eden. As I said, for New Eden, I will make videos for it, but I want to make sure that they are as accurate as they can be, so I'm not going to go off my half-remembered brain from 2 years ago. I will try and make it fresh videos when I actually see the things that are happening. Thank you so much. Leave your comments below, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers. Bye.